Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we're in a different location today. We're outside. I'm enjoying a little bit of the nature in Texas here. I'm in Texas just for a few days and I just thought I really want to film a video. Might as well film it in the car. And I drove to this really beautiful park. So I was like, I'm going to film this video here. I wanted to do a video on finding traditional women in a world full of promiscuity. So being able to find your own NARA Smith in a sea full of Bonnie Blues and OnlyFans models and whatever else there is. Yeah. So that's what this video is about. And I really wanted to make this video because of my last video that I did in talking about my experience in Denmark and the different traditions and experiences I've had with dating and what their culture is like over there. How I'm just a bit more conservative and I have more conservative values. And I noticed in the comments that a lot of guys really appreciated my experience. And even some guys talked about how they didn't like the fact that their society was feminist, where there was so much casual sex and women just give in too easily. So yeah, I wanted to talk about how to find your very own traditional girl, traditional woman in a sea full of promiscuity. I would say that the first way, and I think these are really important, but the first thing you have to look for when you're seeing if a girl is more traditional or not is her ability to say no to you, and every other guy. Jordan Peterson talked about this. He talked about high value men, and he also talked about high value women. And he said the way to find or to know if a woman is high values is her ability to say no to men wanting her and offering things or whatever. If a man is trying to get at her ability to say no and decide, I don't want that, I want this. That's how you know if a woman is high value, if she's less likely to be promiscuous. Because when you have a beautiful woman who has getting a lot of attention, if she's very insecure, she's not going to say no as much as she should. She'll be passive. She'll just accept things because she doesn't have that foundation, that secure foundation. I'm going to talk about that in my next point. You have to see if she can say no to you and every other man. If the guy is giving her lots of attention and you're with her and she says, no, I have a boyfriend, no, I have a man, that's a really good sign because that means she has the ability to be loyal to you. Now, the second one, and this is really important, this is from experience. Like I'm telling you, I'm like an open book here. Being with the woman, finding a woman, if you find someone, you have to see if she has any issues with worthiness and undeserving, if she doesn't feel enough. Like this type of woman, she will literally be the bane of your existence. I'm sorry to say, and this is speaking from experience, I was that woman, and it's not fun to be feeling insecure, not worthy, not deserving. It makes your life miserable and everyone else around you. So it's important that she feels worthy and deserving of good things, of love. She feels lovable. And I'm talking to women as well. If you want to be a more traditional woman, a more solid woman, you can take traditional out of this, just more secure woman. You have to know that you're worthy and you're deserving and you are lovable and you are enough and you are accepted. And the only person that can tell you that can give you that, is you. You are the only person that can ever give yourself that type of validation. If your parents didn't give it to you when you were young, I'm sorry to tell you, but you need to do it for yourself. No one else can do it. No one can do it. No matter how beautiful you are, no matter how many times you get told you're pretty every single day, it won't be enough. It will never be enough. Like I'm telling you from experience, for a woman that gets told she's beautiful every single day of her life, like it's never going to be enough, because you're going to still feel insecure if you don't have that solidness feeling in yourself. If you don't tell yourself, I am worthy, I am deserving, I'm enough, I'm beautiful, I'm lovable. And for me, I didn't even know I had this issue, but it makes sense because when my parents got divorced, I was with my dad, and my dad, he wanted to move me to the US for a better life. And he brought me to my aunt's home. And I think at that time I felt abandoned. I felt abandoned, and that formed an abandonment issue within me. And I never knew that I had this type of abandonment issue until learning about myself and knowing where it originated from. Nothing could fix that. No matter how many guys told me how beautiful I am, or women, or anything, nothing filled that hole that I had of not feeling worthy, not feeling deserving. Like my own father, and as good intentioned as he was, it felt like he abandoned me. It really affected my life very deeply. And it was only until I started telling myself, I am lovable, I am deserving, I am worthy, I'm capable, did I ever start feeling better, start feeling like my life was on sturdy ground. This is something I'm still working on. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect, and I don't even want to be perfect. But this is something I still work on a daily basis. I tell myself this. I do meditations to help me imprint this in my brain, because it's important. It's really important for me to have this basis, this knowing from myself, and it's not coming from anyone else. So just getting back to that, for you guys out there that are finding girls, and you are more interested in a traditional woman and more interested in a secure woman that's not going to be promiscuous, you have to find a woman who is secure in herself deeply and feels worthy and deserving of love. Because if she doesn't feel deserving of love, she will throw it away, and she will just say it's fate. So I would focus really on that. My third one is, if you find a woman, if you are a woman and you want to be more traditional, one thing you can do is find out what you feel about things, like what you feel about anything, where you stand on things, where you stand on small things, on big things. That is important to know, because when you don't know what you feel about anything, it's very easy to just go along with everyone else and not have your own opinion on things and not just know where you stand. So you can start small. For example, if you're going out with friends or your partner and you're going out to eat, be decisive on what you want to eat or where you want to eat. Just pick a place and know, this is actually what I want. I'm not looking for someone else to tell me what to eat or where we should eat. I know exactly where I want to eat. I know what I'm craving. So this helps you become more in tune with your body, with yourself as a person, because this is very important, especially for women. We have strong intuition. This is what makes us such amazing parents, mothers, is we are very in tune with ourselves. We can sense danger for our children because of our intuition. We can protect our families because of our intuition. Get more in tune with your intuition. Know how you feel. And I think for guys, like, the way you can tell if a woman is more in tune with herself is she knows how she feels about things. I want to give you an example. For me, I'm a Black woman, and people can see that. And so when people see me, they know exactly my political views, my political stance. However, I'm a very conservative Republican woman, and you wouldn't know that based on how I looked. And it's not the easiest thing to say that you are that. You lose friends, you lose people when you're getting to know them, and you tell them this. They may be like, oh, you're a Republican, you're conservative, you go to church, and it can be hard, but this is where I stand. Like, this is my point of view, and I rather know how exactly I feel. I want things. I rather know my stance on things and lose people who can't respect that than try and be like everyone else and hide myself. So, and it's also about having the courage to be disliked and for people to go away if your values don't align with them. That's fine. You will find people who your values do align with. Believe that. Trust that. So I say for women, know what you believe, know where you stand on things, and try and just research, read things, watch podcasts, learn as much as you can, and know how you feel about this thing. It's really important. It's really important because it's going to save your life. It's going to save your life countless times when you're going into different situations. Your intuition will save your life. It will save your children's lives. It will save many people's lives around you. So have that intuition. And finally, I would say the last thing is, and this kind of ties to the second one about worthiness, does she seek validation from other people? Is she more focused on validation from others? And this one, we are all programmed to seek validation. Due to evolution, we are programmed to seek validation, to be part of a pack. So yeah, this was what made sure that we were safe because we're part of a pack. So we got to eat together, we got to hunt together and everything like that. And when we knew where we stood in our pack and how we were doing, we knew that our safety was. However, it's important that, especially now in this day and age, to not be so focused on validation from other people, especially strangers on the internet, on social media. If a woman is so focused on validation from others, she will do literally anything to get that validation. Now, let me tell you, I'm a model. If you didn't know, I'm a model. And when I was younger, I didn't know how to deal with rejection from modeling. I didn't have anyone guiding me. And so as a young woman, if you don't have someone like there for you, like in terms of like parents or people just protecting your interest, it's very easy for people to try and take advantage of you. When I would get photographers trying to reach out to me to take photos, they would try and see where they could push, how far they could push. And this is not just for men, this is for women as well. If I don't have a strong boundary to say, no, I'm not doing this. No, I'm not taking this off. No, I'm not doing that. They will try. And so you have to be able to say, my values, my self-respect is far more greater than getting validation through likes and pictures. And past me that was quite insecure, it would be easy to get into situations, dangerous situations, where I would meet photographers, men, women, who wanted me to take more clothes off while they're taking photos. Just innocent photos that should have been innocent. They would try. And I was very lucky that I did have an ex-partner who protected me in a huge way and showed me what I was doing. The way I was going was a bit slippery, and I'm very lucky for him for what he did for me. But what I'm trying to get at is that being with someone, finding someone who is not concerned or is not seeking validation from others to fill a hole because they don't feel worthy or deserving or enough. For me, I'm still a model, and I'm actually more successful now than I ever was because I could say no to things because I have boundaries. Don't do things I don't want to do, and I do things I do want to do because I know why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to prove to myself I'm enough. I'm already enough. So this is just fun for me. So I don't have to do anything that makes me uncomfortable. For women, I want you to think about that. Think about ways that which you do things, push the envelope to try and get validation that is not in line with what you really want to do. Do you really want to take your clothes off for those likes? Do you really want to do OnlyFans for some money? That comes back to haunt you in dangerous ways. And I really want to tell women, especially women who are thinking about doing OnlyFans or whatever, or getting nude on the internet. If you do this and you say, oh, I'm really young, I'm 19, 20, I could do it now, and then when I'm ready to stop, I'll settle down. No, that shit will haunt you. The internet, I hate to say it, but the internet is forever. Like, they will find that. So please do not do things just for some quick validation. I would go back to my number 2 point and work on being and feeling worthy. Work on feeling worthy and filling yourself up with love and just talking to yourself, affirming yourself. I'm going to put some meditations and affirmations from Marisa Peer, who has changed my life completely. She has changed my life completely. And I know that she will change your life. Yes. If I was younger, I would tell myself, please do not do things that is going to make you feel any less respect for yourself. It's so important. Guys, as well, think about the stuff. If you want to find a more traditional woman in this day and age, in this generation, you have to think about really how she sees herself, how she feels about herself. Does she have opinions? Can she share what she feels about things? Can she disagree with you on things and have a reason why she's disagreeing? She's not blindly regurgitating feminist propaganda. She actually, if she really believes in this stuff, like, she should share it. Why does she believe in this stuff? Not because of other bullshit reasons, but she really has this. And if she can, like, more power to her, as long as she knows why she believes in stuff. I hope this helps. I want this to help guys know what to look for when they're looking for, when they're trying to find a good girl, trying to find more traditional girl in this day and age. And I hope this helps girls as well to know that you don't have to take off your clothes to feel beautiful, to get validation. No amount of validation that comes from stuff like that will ever fill that hole that you have in your heart that should have been filled by your parents as a kid, when they should have told you that they love you and they adore you and you're enough and you're worthy and you're good just the way you are. You got to do it for yourself. Like, you got to make the decision that I'm going to do it for me. Yeah, and I do hope that this helps more people get into more relationships, healthy relationships, and thrive in them, and be happy in your relationship too. So, bye everyone.